In one of Canada's wealthiest neighborhoods sits this little park. It's wrapped by an oval street called the Crescent, laid out more than a century ago as part of a carefully planned enclave for Vancouver's elites, a quiet retreat from the noise and industry of the growing city. But for one day each year, that calm is interrupted, because this quiet residential loop is taken over by the community and turned into something its designers almost certainly never intended. This is the Crescent 200, an open, anonymously organized and unsanctioned endurance ride. The route is absurdly simple. Riders circle the Crescent, looping around the small central park again and again and again. There are no barricades, no finish arch, no official road closure, no grandstands, no podium. You don't need to be elite, you don't need a bib with a number, you don't even need to commit to the full distance. You can ride for as little or as long and as slow or as fast as you like. But if you want to enter the 200-lap club, that means riding more than 100 kilometers on the same short loop.
Oh, I love this event. It's a big amount of this informal community. There's not really rules. People just show up, they tell their friends tell their friends, and you get a crowd like this, couple hundred people out, maybe 200.
We've got a tandem bike, we've got a tall bike. I've seen at least 2 or 3 dogs in their little backpacks, which is very fun. We got some pretty serious road bikes that are going pretty quick. I think there's some people who've already done the full 200, which is amazing.
What makes this interesting is not just the distance, it's the setting. The Crescent sits in the middle of First Shaughnessy, a neighborhood designed by the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1907 and named after its president. Made to feel prestigious, quiet, and separate. Everything here signals order. The broad streets, the curved layout, the mature trees, and the giant homes hidden behind hedges and gardens. It is the kind of place built for stillness, which is exactly what makes this event so compelling, because cyclists see something different here. Not just a wealthy neighborhood, not just a park, they see an opportunity. What may look boring or easy from the outside is about much more than riding a certain distance. It's about spontaneity, counterculture, and community. And at some point, for reasons nobody can fully trace, once a year this calm little loop becomes a race course. Or maybe not even a race course exactly, more like a shared community experience. And that makes it feel very different from most cycling events.
I just love this event because Shaughnessy is sparsely populated most of the time, and it's really lovely to see the community come together and make the most of this beautiful park and quiet streets and get out and make Vancouver fun.
Normally, endurance rides come with changing scenery, new roads, climbs and descents, moments that break up the effort. Here, there's none of that. You pass by the same houses, the same trees, the same people, and you even become more familiar with the cracks in the asphalt than the back of your own hands. And that means the race becomes psychological as much as physical. Just one short circuit repeated until your legs or your mind decide they've had enough.
I've done 75 so far, but I think I have the heaviest bike here, so that's my disadvantage. I also brought my trailer, but that was getting too heavy, so I took the trailer off after 50 laps, did 25 without the trailer, and I think I can muster up 25 more laps, and then that way I'll get to an even 100, and then I think that'll be pretty good for me.
There's some awesome bikes going around. It's really fun to watch. We've done 10 laps so far. We're not going to do 200, but...
Probably come back next year and do 200 though.
Yeah, actually I do want to come back next year.
Because this is an open event, the atmosphere is looser, less formal, less polished, less intimidating than a traditional race. Some people show up to chase a big number, some are here to test themselves, some just want to be part of it for a few laps, and some show up just to hang out for the day. And that really changes the mood.
I think there's such a great cycling community in Vancouver, and you very rarely get to see everyone come together. You have people who cycle for sport here, but you also have people who like me who just commute to work on their bike. And you also have people who are into bike packing, and everyone has this common denominator, which is liking biking.
I think that's what I like most about this. The way this often deserted park in an exclusive neighborhood brings different cycling worlds together and creates a space where everyone is welcome, whether they ride 200 laps or none at all. And that says something kind of interesting about cities. People are always finding uses for the places that the original designers probably never imagined.
Look at the width of this road. It's like 8-10 meters wide, like way too wide for the very low amount of traffic that comes here. When you have a large amount of citizens coming together and deciding to like reclaim the space for themselves and what they want to do, especially when it's a little bit outside the norm of how you expect people to use roads, I think that's really fun.
The Crescent 200 is not a normal race. It's part endurance event, part social ritual, part underground tradition. And maybe that's why it's so interesting, because on paper it sounds ridiculous. A bunch of cyclists riding endless laps around a tiny park in one of Vancouver's richest neighborhoods. But in practice, it reveals something deeper. That even the most polished, quiet, and carefully controlled urban spaces can be transformed by the people who use them.